It's starting the development, and this is my initial page. I will go here in the React, and let's go to source, and I'll delete the files which are not needed for now.
Remember in the first class you also told me there are two boilerplates, one that comes with React and the second that you will give me. What point will you give me that boilerplate?
Boilerplate will be done in the Redux only. In React,
Okay, okay.
because we will not do React projects. We will do real projects in the Redux plus React.
Okay. Okay.
So that time boilerplate
Then you'll give me.
we will
Okay.
create our own. You will
All right.
step by step.
Okay, okay.
Let's delete this app.js and let's go to index.js. And I am done with now. It's blank empty page. So we are doing simple project kind of thing. Let me start the project. Okay. So what is this project is about I will take the username of the GitHub and I will show some information from the GitHub API. So the
Okay.
aim of this project is to get information from the GitHub API and show that information to the user.
Okay. Okay.
So this is about this project is kind of thing. So if I want to define my variables I want from the GitHub. So what variables I need, I will just think on it and I will put it in the state. So
Okay.
I will create the state. So let's say this is a constructor and props. And here in the constructor, I will say super, always call super props whenever you create a constructor. And now here we create our state. So what are the variables we should be thinking when I take information from the GitHub? And first thing which we will take is the username.
Okay.
Which username I want to see the information of which username. So I will put my name, then I will change also based on the whatever you put in the search field.
Okay.
Then I also want to take the user data. Let's say I want to save user data. My data, whatever data comes from the GitHub, I will put it in array kind of thing. And I also want to see my repositories in the GitHub. So I'll say repo, user repos.
Okay.
So these three things I need to use in my application. So that's the reason I create only the three variables. Tomorrow, if I need more functionality, I may add more. Or tomorrow, if I want less, I will delete some part of this variable.
Right. Right.
So this is all about my initial setup. Now, let's say if I want to put some bootstrap in my application, I want to use some bootstrap kind of thing. So I can go to bootstrap and then I will download the bootstrap. In the download, I get this URL. So this is the link to the bootstrap which I can use in our application, and I will open my index.html file. This is the index.html file. And after title, I will put this. So now I can use this bootstrap.css in my application. Okay. So now this is we build something, the variables. Now we will try to build some UI kind of thing on the thing UI, and then build more on it. So you'll see what I'm going to do.
Sure.
So I will start with in React we cannot put class equal to, it will give error, so we need to put the class name. The reason it will give error is because class is here already defined and it does not like another class here. So all the class in the HTML should be replaced with a class name.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will say container. This is a bootstrap class. If you work with the bootstrap, you can use this bootstrap class.
Yeah.
So now here in this class, I want to create one search form. I want to put one search form. So let's call one search component where I will be putting the search form where I will take the user data and I will change the username. Initially, I put this one, but later on I will change the username in the search one. So I need the search component. I will create some search related things in this component.
Right.
Also, I need, since I want to show the user data, so I need another component where I will show the profile of the user which I am searching. So I will also create one profile component here. Let's create these two components. One will be search.js. Second will be profile.js. In the search.js, I will create the component search. So let's copy this and then trim it. So here I will say
class search.
Right now I'm putting search. I will update it with some HTML after some time. This is just a simple text search.
Yes. Yeah.
And I will save it as also as a, okay, I will copy this whole content in the profile.
Right.
And this will be the profile component. Right now I will just say simple profile and then I will update with some details. And here I will call these two files by saying import search from /search.js. So since both are in the same folder, so I will single /. But if it is in different folder, I will put the relative path depending on where I have that search.js.
Yeah. Okay.
And for the profile, I will say take it from profile.js.
Profile.js.
Let's see now how it looks. So I have search and the profile.
Yeah.
So whenever the page will load, I want to call one Ajax call from the GitHub to get the user details, because I have the default username, and for this default username, I will, whenever the page will load, I will take the data for this user, and I will try to use this username.
Yeah.
Get the data for this username.
Right.
Okay. This is the first thing we have to do. Now.
But how will you do the authentication and all? You'll use some API, is it?
Yeah, we have to call this API. So this I'm showing you. So this is something, my GitHub page. I will give you the URL which you have to go.
Okay.
And here you have to register your application, new application. So for example.
What do you mean by this? Yeah.
Because I cannot use GitHub API without creating this application.
Okay, so I have to log into my GitHub profile and
and go to this URL. If you don't go use this API, then you won't be able to access the data. They don't allow everyone to get the data. Those who have application, they can only get the information. They get key and secret, which will be used to access the information of any user.
Okay.
I'll register a new application. I will name this application, for example, let's say I will put August. Maybe I can put day today 29 application. The homepage URL, I will just put the localhost. What is the localhost in the React? Let's see.
3000, I think.
3000. Let's use that one.
Maybe.
Yeah. 3000. This is my homepage. I have already created. I'm just copying the things.
Yeah.
And here I'll say my August application. And authorize callback URL. So callback URL will be, I put something. Let's not use this one. Let me see. Because this I created for the PHP one. But I can use this secret and client. This is actually not really useful. You can put anything for it.
Okay.
Let's see. I used it for this one. 3000, and okay, I just put this dummy URL. It's not real, because in PHP we have the complete URL, but right now here it's fine. We can put anything.
Right.
And I'll say register application. So once application is registered, you will get the client ID and the client secret, and this client ID and client secret are really used in our application to query the GitHub account.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to pass this in my application. I want to use this in my application. So if I go here, so I want to pass this client ID and the secret as a props. Right now, we only learned that in the app.js, we have state, and state is this dot state, but we can also get the props, and we can pass some default props in this app.js. And to pass the default props, we will use app.default props. So these will go into the app whenever the app will load. So this will go as a props app whenever the app will load by calling this function. This is a React inbuilt one. This is not created by me kind of thing.
Right.
So this default props, if we use this default props, it will go inside the app using the props. We can use this props. So here I will say, here I will pass as one as client ID. As one. We can pass n number of default variables here. So right now we need only two: client secret and the client ID. Second will be client secret, and I'll pass client secret here. So now if I run this and I will say this dot props,
Props.
this dot props, then I will get. So here if you see, props is coming with the client ID and the client secret in the props. So whatever value, if you want to pass something in this component as a props, you should define in this app.default props. So what you will create here, it will go inside the app component as a props.
Okay. But so whatever value we have to pass through props under app goes under that app default props.
Right, right. So let's say if you have some configuration where you, let's say you want to give some color which you want to pass as a configuration, or you want to define, you can also use default username here and pass that username inside it. So depending on what configuration you want to pass, you can pass that through this.
But could we have passed this client ID and client secret as state variable?
Yeah, we can also do this same thing here.
Okay.
Okay, so we can do this also, but I wanted to show some deep. That's the reason I showed you.
Got it. Okay.
If I refresh the page, you will see in the username, I can get client ID
and client secret. Okay, okay. Got it.
Either you can go this, either you can go this one. It's up to you.
All right.
So now we created this props. Now I will, whenever the page will load, I will call some API now, and to call that API whenever the page load. I told you whenever the page load and we need to call some API, we need to put it in one function, and that function is component did mount.
Yes.
Component did mount will be called whenever the page will load. So let's say if I have to call first, let's talk about only user data now. We will talk this later. So let's talk about the user data. Let's say if I want the user data from the GitHub. So I will create one function get user data. And here I will write one Ajax call, which will go to the GitHub and get the details of that user.
Yeah.
So here I will write down the Ajax call. So first I have to create the URL.
Get user data, yeah.
And URL will be like this. So
oh, it's just like the FN get request that we wrote. Okay.
Right, right.
Okay.
https api.github.com/users/ here I want to put username. First I will make a hard code URL, then I will replace with this username. So just I'm creating one hard code URL first. And then I will replace with this username, which is coming from here. And this is provided by GitHub. I found something from internet how to call this one. That's why I'm doing it. And client ID will be this one. And there will be client secret. equal to, it will be like this one. So if I call this URL in the browser, let's see what happens. So you will get all the information of my information, whatever is my information is there. So I need this information to display the user, which I am passing it. Right now I'm passing this user, so I'm getting information of this user. If I pass your name, all the information will be yours.
Right. Okay.
So now I want to replace this path with the client ID. So how will I do? I will say, here I will say this dot props dot client ID. And for the secret, I will say this dot props dot
client
secret. And for this username, I will say this dot username.
Okay.
Let's put it in console.log, and I will call this function whenever the page will load, and I'll say get user data. So I'll say this dot get user data. We'll call this one. Right. If I want to call this function inside this return, I will use bind. You know, we were using bind.
Yeah.
But
dot bind.
Calling from here, bind is not needed. We can directly call this function.
Okay.
So if I refresh the page, I am able to see this URL.
Right.
From that user. And now we will use same fetch call. So here I will say fetch URL, and here curly bracket. In the curly bracket, I will say
response and that J thing. Yeah.
Method, and use get.
And
here I say then response. No, here I will have to call the arrow function. And in the arrow function, I will pass the response. And here it will come
then
response dot
JSON.
And then again I'll call then
arrow function with J.
Function with, you can name it anything. I name it with J. You can also say result. Also
Okay.
Put J. You can put any name, and then you have to call with that name.
Okay. Console.log.
J. And this is where we get the data from the server.
Right. Okay.
The one which we are looking at. And here I will say catch. In the catch also I'll say arrow function. I'll say console.log error is ERR. And this ERR will come here. Let's see now how the J is coming. We will see the J part.
Right.
So whenever the page reload, we will get J, and I'm getting all the information in the J.
Right.
So let's save this in the state with the user data. So I will say this dot set state, and I will say curly bracket user data colon is J. So J is now saved in the user data. If I refresh, I will get state as username is this, and I have user data of this, whatever is coming from the server.
Right.
So 2 states are done. I will not do report now. I will do report after some time. Let's only work on these 2 things.
Okay.
So now I will go. I got the user data, and now I will display this information in the profile. Okay. So let's display
profile
this
component.
in the profile component. So how to display? Let's go to the Bootstrap and find some template which we will be using it to display the things. Let's go to CSS. Let's go to components. Okay, let's first use the panels. In the panel, we have some kind of heading and some kind of some kind of body. Let's try to take this one. Yeah, let's try to take this one. And I will put it in the profile. And the profile,
Gotcha.
yeah, in the profile I will put it. So let's replace the whole div with this one. And everywhere I will name it as class name. Right now I'm getting panel and panel title and this one. Here I will also do console.log incoming data as this dot props. I'll just check what is coming inside here. Since I want to pass the user data from the app.js to the profile.js, I will pass it here as a parameter. For example, I can say I will pass user data is equal to this dot state dot user data. So I will pass whatever data I'm saving here in the state. I'm passing that data to the profile component using user data. So if I want to access this user data in the profile component, I will use this dot props dot user data. Because this is something which is coming from the app.js. Right. So this is, if I access the state one, I cannot use state here in the profile.
Yeah.
I can use only the props, and this props is read only, and props will come from the app.js by passing this as a user data to another page.
Right. Got it.
So,
Yeah.
because I cannot use state in the profile.js, so I need to pass this state variable as a user data as a props, and then I can use that props here in this page.
Right. Yeah.
Now let's see what is coming in the incoming data. So I have the name also. So maybe I can show this name in the title here, this title. So to show the name, I will say this dot props dot user data dot name. What is coming?
Okay, cool. Your name.
Okay, it's coming here like this one. But sometimes, it, initially this data is not available, right? Because whenever you put the page, it goes to the server and get the data. So it takes few seconds to get the data from the server. Okay, so if we don't have this data, so we should return something. We should not go inside this part and show it. So what I can do, I will say if not this one, then return null.
Okay.
But you will see, okay, so but you will see initially I defined it as an array. Since I defined it as array, it will always be true. It will always be true. So this not will not come anytime in the picture. So I won't be able to go inside this. So I can do.
What do you mean by it's an array that will always be true? What do you mean
okay,
by that?
so I will, if I do console.log, let's see if I don't call this, don't call the ajax call. I'm not calling any ajax call right now. So if I refresh, 1 second, if I refresh, you will see incoming data of user is coming as an array.
Right, yeah.
So it has some value. So it will not go inside this if part.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because it is array. Array is also kind of object.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Go inside here. So that will, I'm not going this anytime.
Yeah, you're just specifying it just to be extra careful. Yeah.
No, I will change it because I want to go here if there is no data.
Okay.
So if I change it from the empty to null,
then it will go there.
Then it will go. Now I'm not able to even see the panel because it's returning from here only. I'm not able to see the panel.
Yeah, right.
Now if I undo this one, uncomment this part, Then it will go to the server, get the data, and I am able to see this one.
Right. Got it.
So initially I put array, but array doesn't work because I want to return it if I don't have any data. So I put it user data null, and so initially I am able to return null, but when some data comes from the server, I am able to show this part to the user.
Okay.
Let's now fill this detail with some more data kind of thing. Now I want to show here some image, and here I want to show the description of the user. So since I want to make two columns, I will create div class name equal to row. This is a bootstrap functionality.
Right.
So I created row, and then I will create div class name equal to col md. Since I want two columns, I can make 4. Total should be 12. And I will make another div with 8. So total should be 12. So that is divided into 2 columns. This is how the bootstrap works.
Okay.
If I want to make 3 columns, I can make 4, 4, 4, 3 columns. If I want to
But
make,
could you have done 6 and 6? No.
I can put 6 and 6 also. But since I want this image part little smaller and this description part bigger, so I made 4 and
got it.
let's put here image tag, and I'll put source equal. Now let's see where is the image in our user data. It's the avatar URL.
Yeah.
So I will say source equal to this dot props dot user data dot avatar URL. And I will give some alt also, because React wants that you should put some alt kind of thing. Alt I will put maybe name of the user. I can put name. So to access the name, I will say this dot props dot user data dot name. Alt one. Let's put the class name of image responsive. This is the bootstrap a class name to make it look good kind of thing. Okay, right now I'm putting this and see how it looks. So I'm getting my image here on the left side. Okay, this is my just a photo I've clicked, which is not my real photo. I don't.
Yeah, it looks like your hair is not real.
Yeah, hairs are real, but it was
the
color was I put some mehndi. I don't remember.
Because your meetup picture is very different from this.
Yeah, that is color, real color, and this one is some.
You tried something.
Yeah, some different thing. Okay, now on the right side we will put some information on the right side. For example, username and all we will put on the right side. So let's put that information here.
So that will be under 8. Yeah,
under 8. So first I will create one div with class name equal to row. I will this one I will not use now. I will use after a couple of minutes. Let's keep it like this only. And here after that I will put one HR tag. I will create another class name equal to row. Now here also I will divide into multiple columns. So I created the row, and then I can create different columns. But right now I will create one column. Give class name. Since it is one column, so I need to make col md 12. So total should be the 12 number. If I have one column, I have to use 12. If I have 12 columns, I will use 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. If I want 6 columns, I will do 2, 2, 2, 2. So
got it.
Now here I will put some information. Let's put the bootstrap and get some another looks. Let's use not here. I want list groups. Where is the list groups? Okay. So something I want this kind of thing information.
Okay.
And I'll put it inside here.
Hmm.
And change all with the
Class name.
last name. And I will say, so first one I will
This dot props dot something.
let's put what I want to display. I am putting strong to make it bold.
Hmm.
So what information I want to put first is username.
Hmm.
And username will be this dot props dot user
User
data
data
dot
dot name.
let's see what is no this is username, which is
Different. Okay.
yeah, this one
Login.
login. So I will put this one. Then second one I will copy this part and put it in the second.
Hmm.
In the second I want location,
Hmm.
and location is here.
Hmm.
Then I will want to show the email address.
This dot props dot email.
Let's see what is in the email. Yeah, email is this one. So, and then these three things are okay for this one. And after that, I will give some button where user can go and see my details in the GitHub. So I will create one A last name equal to btn primary. This is class for the button. It
For
makes
Bootstrap.
it makes the A tag looks like a button.
Okay.
And I'll say target equal to blank. And I will also reference equal to this dot props dot user data dot let's see what is URL. So this is a HTML URL which goes to my GitHub account page. So I will use dot HTML URL, and here I will say visit profile.
Okay.
Now if I refresh, so it's saying photo and some information. You can put all information also, whatever you want to show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now as a dummy we are putting only three
Right.
things here.
Right.
And if I click visit profile, it's going to GitHub my account.
Oh, awesome.
So if you change the user, it will go for that username. Okay. We will create the search
We'll
part
do that. Yeah.
where I can search with different user also.
Yes, that'll be great.
Okay. Now here before this about this HR line, I told you that I need to put some kind of information. Let's put information now. I want to use label kind of thing like this label. I'll copy this information and I'll put above inside the row.
Above that, yeah.
Yeah, I will create one more div with class name equal to col. Since it is one column, we'll use col md12, and inside that I will put this pentax. And here I will just rename to class name. And here I will say I want to show the repos there. So if I go here, you will see there is some information as a public repos. So I have 55 repositories in the GitHub. You may have different. Everyone has different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to show this public repository. So here I will say this dot props dot data.
User data dot repos, public repos.
And here I will say repos. Okay. Second thing, I want to show this gist kind of thing. Let me copy the whole thing, paste it, and here I will say public gists. I don't know what is this, but
Yeah.
there.
Hmm.
Maybe some they have it, they know it. I don't know, or we can Google it to see. Let's see
Yeah.
how many followers are there.
Yeah, that's an
Okay.
good information.
Yeah, let's put the followers, and I'll copy this followers,
Hmm.
and here I'll say followers.
Hmm.
Next will be following. I can use following also.
Yeah.
How many I am following?
Yeah.
So I will use this following. And I will delete all these two because I don't
Right.
have the number. Let's see now how it looks.
Oh yeah.
Those gives 3 followers, 0 following. Let's put some spacing between.
Space. Yeah.
So maybe I can fix the class kind of thing here. I can say margin right with 10 pixel. Okay, this looks good. Let's copy this one. And maybe I can create my class
In your CSS.
I can say style.css
Label.
Yeah, I can give custom mail name also, or we can say
Okay.
I can say
You can give a class name on line 24 or what? Yeah. No, on line.
okay, this label is there, right? Okay,
Yeah.
or I will add one more class.
Yeah.
And I'll say maybe my label. And let's put
Margin.
right.
Right.
Let's put
Yeah.
not coming. Let's see what. Okay, I need to include the CSS here.
Oh yeah.
So I have
Import.
just have to say style.css. Okay, can't resolve. Okay, we have to use dot slash. Okay, I have this spacing. Maybe
Awesome.
I can do 5 pixel, little less. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, this is good.
So I got this information of the user who is logged in, and maybe after this panel, here I want to show the user repositories. So if I go here in the panel, I have this panel, and yeah, so it will go inside the panel now, because we are inside the panel, and inside the body we have the body. Okay, after body, in the body only, after let's see where I want to. This one is 1. Let's close this. Let's close this. Let's close this. And so I have this row. Okay, first let's close this, and then I have row. After the row, in the body only, I will create another section for the repositories. 1 second. Time आधा घंटा. 1 second.
Sure.
ये डाल दे, बंद कर दरवाजा. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go now. So after this photo, I will put one where I will put my repositories kind of thing. Let's say here I will put HR tag, and after that I will say H3 repositories, which I haven't built it, but I will build it in some time. And here the repositories will come, which I will build. Right now it's not there.
Yeah.
So
Right.
repository, then he will repository
Got it.
for them.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's move to the search part now and try to do the search kind of thing, right?
So we'll use the input there.
Yes, so we will go and we will create that one.
Okay.
So
but I'm interested to know how it will change by just entering the username.
Yeah, after username, you have to press enter, and then it will change it. Okay, that's what I will want to show you.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the interesting part.
Okay, so maybe I can say H3 search user GitHub user. Let's see. Okay, so search GitHub user. Let's make it H1. Now here, let me create one form, and on submit. Now there are various ways to do this form submission. I will show you one now, and lot of other methods you will learn when we will do more projects. So just now concentrate on one of the method, and after some time we will see different methods also.
Okay.
First, let me create only the form, and I will say form here, and I will say label. Label is already there, search GitHub user. On here, I will only put input type. Input type equal to text, and class name equal to form control.
That's also Bootstrap, is it?
Yeah, that is Bootstrap. That takes the whole of the width kind of thing. And let's BR after this.
Okay. Line break, yeah.
Right. So now, whenever I let's first pre-fill this with the value of my username, right? Because initially I'm searching my username, so let it be pre-filled with that my username.
Okay.
So I will pass from the app.js. I want to pass my username, that is this one.
Just dot props dot
username equal, here it will be state.
Yeah.
State dot username. And here in the search, I will put value equal to this dot props dot username.
Yeah. Okay.
So there is this error is coming. We need to fix that. I will show you how to fix that. But currently it's showing my username because I passed it from the app.js. Now whenever we use this value, we should be able to we should also put on change.
Okay.
On change, you need to call some function. Let's say I will say change handler, for example. So whenever I say on change, I need to call this function. So here I will say this dot change handler dot bind. Since I'm using this function inside the return function part, I need to bind it. Otherwise, it will not work.
Okay.
And here I
and
will
this change handler.
Yeah. Here I will say E. E is an event, and I have to say E dot prevent default. Always try to put this will prevent lot of bugs kind of thing. Even if this is not the real use case for this function,
but usually, yeah, you showed me this goes and post and get and all those requests, right?
Right.
Yeah.
and here I will do console.log. If I want to know what is the value changed here, I can use console.log. I'll say and say change value is
the start props.
Now this is
Oh,
not
this is target value. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the target value. So I'll say e.target.value.
Okay.
So whatever I change, I will get it here. So let's change it. It's not changing it. The reason is whenever I'm trying to change it, it is, though it is saying change value is D, but it is replacing with the state value because I changed that the value should be this dot props dot username.
Oh yeah.
So if I want to really change the value, I need to update the state here. I want to update the state of the username. Then only I can change the value here. Though, so you won't be able to see it here. The reason is it always takes the props of this username which is coming from here.
But that is what we want to do in the application, right? I want to go and write Ankita, so then it will never show. I'll always have to go to the code and type Ankita.
No, you have to update this state.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You have to update this state, then only.
But there is no way from the application right now to change the name.
Yeah, there's no way right now because if this is not changed, then it will not show the new name.
Okay.
So
is this because we are just using React and Redux will solve it, or why? Like, I'm just trying to understand, why can't we go to the application and type Ankita there and then automatically Ankita's profile loads? Why do we have to go to the code?
Where you want to change it? Application means
like when you go to that localhost 3030 where your main application is there.
Here you are
Yeah.
So here actually we are changing it. Once I put a tag on change, it is calling this function. So I'm able to see this in the console.log. But immediately it's saying the value should be this dot props dot username. So immediately I'm getting this value again, which is this one. So
but instead of hard coding that username there, can we not make it dynamic so that whatever we type in that input box, that is what it fetches?
If I remove these both, then you can put it and you can change it.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted something like this. Yeah.
Yeah, but this also is possible. Only thing we need to change the state every time to the new letter which you type here. Okay. So let's say if user tries to change this one, I call this function, and this function somehow I find a way to change this username in the state. Then this will be changed with the new value of the props username which I am typing.
Yeah.
So how to change this one state?
Yeah.
Can you think how to change the state from here?
Using set state, right?
Yeah, set state will not work here because set state is only applied in app.js, not in the search.
Oh, you're asking how can we do in the search component, is it?
Right.
I think you taught this. Yeah.
I told you, but
maybe we can define a new function like change username.
Yeah, we have to define it here.
Right.
Change.
Yes. Yeah.
Username, and here I will say new name.
Yes.
And I will here say this dot set state. Curly bracket username colon new name, whichever is coming. So now I want to call this function because this function is changing the state of username. I want to call this function here. How will I call?
I want
to call it here. Props. So I will say this dot props change username.
Yeah.
In the change username, I have to pass this e.target.
Yeah.
But since we need the props kind of thing, so we should be able to pass this. We should be able to pass this to the search component because right now, if I pass this one, props does not have change username because we are not passing it. So we have to pass it. So what I have to do here, I will say change username equal to this dot change username dot bind this.
Yeah. Yeah. This is an app.js. Yeah.
Right. So I am passing this username, which is this function, which is this one, and I'm keeping the name same. So in the props, it will go with the same name,
Hmm.
and I'm using bind because without bind, I won't be able to use this function.
So what does bind do again? Bind will just what's the role of bind here?
Bind is in React, in the return function, we won't be able to call any function without bind. With bind, it really binds this function with this object, is with this component, and
Okay.
to use this function, we need to use the bind, and so
Okay.
I can use the function.
Got it. Okay.
So now, if I change it now, Ankita. So I'm able to change it because as soon as I say A, it goes and change the
On
state.
change.
You're
Yeah.
getting username
Right.
Ankita. So I every time see
Right. Right.
first A N K. As soon as
Yeah.
I
With
say
every character change. Yeah.
yeah, it is going there and it is changing. But this is not changing because we haven't called API again after changing the.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So maybe I can create one button after this. Maybe I can say
Hmm.
I can say maybe here I will say on submit. On submit, I will call one another function
Hmm.
equal to some name I will give. Let's call this one. Let's call another function on submit. I'm naming it as on submit.
Hmm.
I will say on submit this dot on. But let's change the name. Form
Yeah. It's a
submit.
little confusing. Yeah.
So here I will say on submit of this form call
Hmm.
this dot form submit dot bind this.
Yes. Hmm.
Whenever this form is submitted, we will call this one.
Hmm.
Let's put e.prevent
And
this.
that function will recall the API.
We will call the API in the app.js. So we need to pass
Right.
one more function. So here I will create, let's say or let me see if enter works because on submit, most of the time enter works. So let me see if enter does not work, we need to create a button and then it will work. So let's say Ankita, and if I press enter, okay, so I'm able to submit the form on enter.
Okay.
For mobile, I need to create a button because they don't have enter button. So if
Hmm.
I'm making this for mobile, I should create a, maybe I can say input type equal to submit, value equal to submit, and class name equal to form control. I can use this one. So I can get submit one. And
Oh, cool.
I can give one maybe BTN primary. Let's see. Okay. And here I will give some BR tag.
Hmm.
So either I click submit, then also I am getting submitting this form,
Yeah.
or if I'm pressing enter, I am able to submit this form.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have to call the API. Which API I have to call? I have to call just this API.
That one. Yeah. URL
The
one.
username is already changed when we change
Yeah.
the text box. So we need to just call this function whenever user clicks the submit button.
Right. Yeah.
So I will say get user data is equal to dot get user data dot bind this.
This.
I'm passing this function with the same name as a props to the source. I can say now here this dot get user data. This I will say this dot props dot get user data props
Yeah.
dot, because it's coming as a props.
Props.
I don't need to pass any value in this because already the username is changed. So
And you had to pass that in the app.js as bind because that's how everything gets changed.
Yeah, in the return, always we need to
Got
pass
it.
bind.
Okay.
But since here here we are calling in the, not in the bind. We
Yeah.
are calling above here, so we are calling directly.
Right. Got it.
So now if I changed, what is your username?
Just a sec. I think it's Ankita D30, but just a sec. It's Ankita D30.
Okay.
D.
Yeah, I'll put D30, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
okay, information is not complete. Let's put some other one. Anything you put. I don't know this person. I'm just putting. Let's put some Ajay. Let's put some girl. Okay, not put anything. If you know some, you can put that one. DC email, visit profile. It has 360 repositories. My God, 68 guests. So
What
many
is guest
followers.
though?
I have to search in Google.
Yeah.
But it is so popular. This man is so popular.
Yeah. He works in Django. He checks.
Okay, so now we got the person. Let's now do the repository part.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, so you will get a complete project in this one.
React.
Yeah. So now since let's go to this one. Then you go through the videos to maybe
I will rewrite the code from scratch. Yeah, by seeing your
so that you
video.
can get an idea, because if you watch only you will forget kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I will rewrite the code from scratch
So
for sure.
here I want to call the repositories, right? Different repositories. So I
The
will
user
create,
owns.
yeah, who user owns, right? So I will say I will call it as repo list as a component. I will create this component, and here I will pass as a user repos. So repositories of the user equal to, I will say this dot props dot user repos. So I should get this repos from the parent app.js, which I am passing here as a user repository. So this user repo will come from the app.js, which will be this user repos. And I will pass that in the profile. I will say user repos is equal to this dot state dot user repos.
Right.
And this will go as a props to the profile. And in the profile, it will call another component, and it will pass same thing to another component as a props. So we need to create a component as repo list from repo list.js. So let's create another file as repo list.js, and here I will create the component like this.
Why didn't we do this for search and profile?
1 second. Let me do this, and I'll answer your question.
Oh.
This is a basic structure for any component. Okay, so now what is your question?
I think repo. If you go to repo list.
Yeah.
.js. Oh, where did you import this? In app.js, right?
No, in profile. Yes. Because I am calling here only repo list.
Oh, you're calling here only. Okay, got it.
And I'm passing repo list, which is coming from the app.js as a props, And there is a props. So I'm using same name. I can use different name also, but since this props.user repos comes from the app.js and assigned to this user repos, and this user repos will go to the repo list.
Okay. Okay.
Right now, you will see only the repo list because in the repo list, I showed only the repo list.
So we have three components: search, profile, and repo list, right?
Right. One more I will create.
Search was that input one, profile was where your photo was, and repo list is the one below. But you're calling repo list not in app, you're calling repo list in profile.
Right. I want to put it inside that panel kind of.
Yes, yes. Okay, got it.
I can call in app also, but then it will be a different section. I can put in different section also.
Got it. Okay, okay.
Since
Yeah, I think I understood that not everything has to be called inside app. It could be branching out as well. Okay.
Right, right. That's the reason I created here to know different way.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so now if I go to, so let's try to now create the repo list because right now we have user data. Let's try to create one for repo list. So I can say user repos. So I will create one API for user repo. So there is another API for the user repo. So GitHub provides another API for the user repos. I cannot use same API for the user repo.
Right.
URL is little bit changed. In the username, after username, I have to pass as /repos. And then after the secret, I have to say ampersand sort. Sort will be created. Sorting you need, and per page equal to 15. So right now I'm only getting 15 repos. Let's say user has 1000 repos. I don't want to get all one at a time.
Yeah.
We can build the pagination also, but right now we'll not build pagination. But similarly, past pagination we can build that also.
Okay, but right now you're just returning top 15.
Right, right. And now here when the state will come, I will save it as a user repos. The state will be saving in the user repos. Let's make this also as a null in the beginning. Now let's see what is coming in the initially. So if I see the state, I have user repo as a null. Let's see why it's null yet. Because I need to call this function also. Right? Initially on page load, I'm only calling user data. Let's call this also. Okay, so now if I see the state, I have these repositories. First created by top 15. So now it will go here as all the repositories which I got on the server.
Right.
Now let's complete this quickly because it's very simple now and you know the concepts of all the previous one. Now, since I get the repositories, I want to loop it here. I want to loop it. I can use UL tags here.
Yeah.
UL tag. And since we saw, we can make this as class name equal to list group. And here I want to loop as a li tag. So to loop, I already showed you we use map.
Yes. Yeah.
So I will use this dot props dot user repos dot map, and inside map will
value and the
arrow function. First I have to create arrow function, and here will be value and key or index. I can name as index.
Right.
And here inside inside map we should always return something. I can return li tag, for example.
Because it's a UL. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, li should have one key which will be used by React people. So that will be the index. It should be unique key.
Hmm.
So I'm putting index, and here I will put some whatever I want to show. For example, first I will
So this
put
key is equals to indexes by React only, right?
key is a concept of React,
Li.
and it wants unique some number. So
Okay.
either if you have some random number, you can put that. But since index will be unique, I am passing unique index.
Got it. Got it.
So class name will be, this is bootstrap class. Let's call this group item. Here inside this, I will pass something. For example, let's see what is coming in the repo. In each repo, we have
Your repositories.
we have name of that repo,
Right.
right? And we have a description of that repo. Description is none, but sometime it will
That's
come.
okay.
So we will have something.
And URL maybe we can do.
Yeah, we can use URL also. I will show
Yeah.
you this dot props dot.
User repos.
This will come as a value, right?
Oh yeah.
So we have to say this
This
dot.
dot.
No, sorry, value dot
Yeah.
value dot name.
Okay. Oh
Let's
yeah.
see if it is coming. Let's see if it is coming. So something is breaking. I think. Let's see what is breaking.
Value dot
This value dot name is correct. I'm just checking what is missing. It's saying map of null. So initially I told you that when the page will load, we don't have this value.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So if condition we have to give, right? Yeah.
If not repos,
This dot props. Yeah.
return null.
Yeah.
Now I am getting all the name, my
First
repository,
15 repos. Yeah.
right? And here I can say, I can put a tag, not here. Wait. Here in the value dot name, I can say a tag reference equal to, I will see what is the URL for that repo. First I will put name, and here I will say description of that repo. And here let's see what is the reference equal to. Okay, I cannot put this one. Let me see what is the reference. It is this HTML URL.
Now that's the URL for repo. Yeah.
I will say value dot
HTML underscore URL. Yeah.
So let's now see. I don't have description for any of this one. Let's open one project. It goes to my description.
Awesome.
And I can also say target blank. So that should open in new window.
Okay. Yeah.
It's will open new
Mm-hmm.
Here I have description. Okay, let's put your one and see.
D30. D30. Yeah.
Why D30? Just
Last name is Dash. 30 is my birth date.
okay. So now once I change, okay, 30 is your birthday, and D is dash.
D is my last name. Yeah,
Okay.
Dash
So
actually.
once we change the username, we did not change the repository. So it's
Oh
all
yeah.
coming back. So
Yeah.
we should also call that one. So in the search, I should also call this second API
Or repos.
user repo, and I should also pass that repo here.
Yeah, but dot find.
Now we will change the username. I'm getting all your
Cool. Okay.
So this is a small project kind of thing.
Okay. Out of curiosity, I'm asking, like, how is it very complicated? Like, in that input box, when you type Ankita D30 and then you go back to your Manish,
Right.
sometimes the input box also stores, right? If you type M, it'll recall that you had typed Manish and
Right.
it'll show you Manish. Is that, maybe we can do it in other Redux apps when we do, but is that doable? We can do that?
Means you are saying if I put M, it should go and get the detail of M, A, N as soon as I
Yeah, I
type
should get
whatever.
yours. Yeah, because that is what you're like some because fetch something from history or something because you had already typed Manish before.
Okay, you are saying if I have already this user called, I should not
Yeah.
call the backend, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've already typed it. It should automatically show you
So
recommended.
I already told you on that day, we talked about the meetup one. It's not putting in the local storage. So if
Yeah,
so I can put something in the local storage, and if that is there in the local storage, I can get it from that local storage.
got it. Okay.
I
So
can do
you,
that so in that improve that, but it will take some half an hour more time to do that.
okay,
Maybe
no
next time if
problem.
you want, we can improve this, or you can try yourself, and then I will do next time. Then you compare how the things to be done.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
Okay, let's come remove this console.log. And also one thing I created in the repo, I put everything in this li tag, but I could have create another component, and I would have put this li tag in that component, and I would have passed this value in that component. So that,
What do you mean by component? Repo list is already a component, right?
yeah, maybe I can create some, for example, repo, kind of another component called as repo with key
Oh.
equal to index, and I will pass some, maybe I can say user repo, or I can say repo equal to value,
Hmm.
and then I can create another component repo. I will create it here only to show you.
Hmm. And then pass
Yeah,
that I like that.
component. Just to make it, just to know, we can go in depth n number of times.
Oh, and this is how you return a component inside a component, is it?
Right,
On line
right,
19, 18.
right. So I can say here I will say, here I don't need to put this key because key is already here.
Hmm.
And instead of value, I can say this dot props dot repo dot html URL,
Hmm.
because I'm getting props as a repo.
Hmm.
I can use for value. I can use this. I can use this. So it will be same thing, but it's
Okay, okay.
going inside one level.
Okay, got it.
And if I can also put this in another, maybe another component if I want. I can
And
break down
call it
just to show
inside it.
you the
Hmm.
breakdown I am using there. I
Okay.
can use this another component. I can use this in another component.
Hmm.
This is simple one, so we don't need it. But if it is, let's say, too big thing here, we can put it inside another component.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
I created
Hmm. And then call that component inside here, right? Yeah.
right,
Just like that. Maybe
right,
repo one key. Okay. Okay.
right, right. Key only comes with the map. If we don't have key, we don't need to pass the key. Key only comes we have map. If we
So
don't have
what
map,
if, can you give me one more level of
okay, let's
component
do one.
inside repo?
Let's
Yeah.
let's one. Let's say I will say a tag
Hmm.
extends,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This will be great.
and here I will say render
Return.
return
And then that a href.
a tag. Yeah, I will pass everything this one. Let's put it here. Let's say here I am getting some name, maybe a tag. I'm passing a tag as a props.
Hmm.
a tag as a props.
Hmm.
Here I will call it as
A tag.
a tag, and here I will pass. Let's not put a tag. Let's put some record, for example.
Hmm.
I don't want to confuse two names with same.
Yeah. Hmm.
Here I will say record equal to this.props.repo.
Hmm.
So I am calling a tag with the record of this.props.repo. Will go here this.props.record.html URL. So it will be same. Looks will be same.
Yeah.
And I'm going one level depth.
Okay.
And I can put this in another component.
Hmm.
Maybe I can show you that also. It will help you. I will say a description, for example. And here I will call a description with record equal to repo.
Hmm.
And I will copy this part here. Since I want some tag, I will use pen tag because pen tag is inline tag.
Mm-hmm.
It does not take new line.
Hmm.
I can put this dot props dot record dot description.
Hmm.
So that means I'm calling this component with the
Right.
props this, and this is coming from previous component. So I'm passing this here.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
We can go to n level of in-depth kind of thing. Now here also I can create another component for this.
Yeah. I think I got it. Okay.
Yeah. But this is small one, so you don't really need kind of thing. But
Yeah.
if it is a very big project, we need to go in depth of this component.
All right. Okay.
So this whole tutorial, I have put it in one website. You can take the steps from there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. This project I did, I took this whole class of the React and I did some projects and I put all in this URL.
So what about the files, JS files?
All are here in the code is there in the, if you
Okay.
go to this URL, you will see for each page there is a code which you can just try to maybe copy from the video. But if you want to copy paste something, just type it for
Yeah,
your
I think I'll do
personal
it
thing.
from the scratch. Yeah.
But if you want to, let's say if you something don't work and if you want to see my code, you can check this one.
Okay.
And
Maybe
I'll
add
send you the
project.
recording.